Okay, let me know when you're ready. Okay, hello, I'm Jessica Peak, and I have Dr. Walter McCollum with me here today. And we're here gathered as a result of the international conference, and we're just going to share different things that we've learned and discussed. And Dr. McCullum, will share some of what he presented in some of the earlier presentations, as well as some of his thoughts as a whole about the international conference so far.
Sure. Thank you, Jessica. Yes, I'm Dr. Walter McCollum. I'm actually one of the conference co-chairs here. And this has been a great experience. My other two co-chairs, we all came together to think about a strategy of how we could actually propel the research across different boundaries. So this is an opportunity to bring international practitioners, policymakers, academicians together to share their research, and also doctoral students, so that they could provide their proposals, and we could provide them with some substantive, informative feedback on how they can actually modify or enhance, so that they can actually publish and present their research as well. So I think this type of venue is actually going to be the forefront of research over the next decade, because as innovation occurs through the discipline of technology, as different strategies and innovations occur within the business discipline, and different roadmaps and different pedagogical strategies in academia, when we bring all of that together in one forum, it's sort of like a central repository, but it's widespread because it's demonstrated across multi-mediums. So that is really the focus of this. This is actually our inaugural conference, and it's been very successful. I've been very impressed by it. I presented earlier today. I presented this morning on some research that I conducted in Haiti, looking at the educational delivery in Haiti and its impact on the Haitian culture. And I also presented earlier looking at computer-mediated communication and technology in a blended fashion, and how that is evolving academia, instruction in community colleges, in higher education, and also in corporations that have developed institutions and universities. Those are some of the areas in which we are really looking at now, as we again bridge the gap across multiple boundaries, looking at how technology sort of is the underpinning factor in pretty much everything that we do, particularly in the learning realm. And tomorrow I'm going to be looking at presenting acquisition challenges that small businesses have, particularly in Brooklyn, New York.
And so I have another question. We've noticed that you have a book here today, and many people were getting their book signed during the book signing period. Could you briefly just share a summary about the book that you brought here at the conference?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, the title of my last book is How to Use Emotional Intelligence, Cultural Intelligence, and Spiritual Intelligence to Mentor Doctoral Learners. And what I wanted to provide in the book was scholarly research to show what the critical success factors and the challenges that doctoral learners have as they are matriculating through their doctoral process. And I also wanted to provide my best strategies and tips for faculty members who are actually mentoring doctoral learners, and how they could best support doctoral learners as they're going through the process. Earning a doctoral degree is very challenging. It's very arduous. It's very tedious. And if the mentors don't have the tools and the capabilities to react to situations, be proactive in helping students navigate the process from an emotional standpoint, from a cultural standpoint, and a spiritual standpoint, they're not going to be able to provide much impact and positive social change in a student's journey. So that has been a mission of mine. Actually, I have been working with doctoral students now for about 10 years. And I use those three components, emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence, and cultural intelligence, in my quest to move doctoral students forward to their educational program completion.
Oh, okay. And so from everything that we have seen thus far, is there anything about the international conference thus far that was your favorite part or that has really stood out for you?
Yes, absolutely. Some of the key points that stood out for me was, number one, we have such a diverse group of participants from different countries, Tanzania, from Nigeria. We have student volunteers who are actually here to explore this, to see what's going on so that they could be impacted in a way to actually propel their education. The networking opportunities they've been phenomenal because we're able to network with people across different boundaries, and we're from vast backgrounds and frames of references, and that's very impactful in a conference setting like this.
And speaking of a conference setting like this, is going forward, is there anything you would like to see changed or added to this conference in the future years to come?
Yes, one of the things that I would see, and we probably will move in that direction eventually, is that when we look at what's going on as education evolves, as research evolves, things are starting to take shape at a lower level in academia, at the community college and high schools. There are STEM programs being developed in high schools and community colleges around science, technology, engineering, and math, and I think it would be viable to have a component as a part of this conference where we actually partner with community colleges, we partner with high schools, so that we can actually bring the top performing students in those at those levels in academia, so that they can experience this and get the exposure earlier, so that once they start planning for their higher educational journey, they can actually incorporate some of the practices that they've been able to glean from at a conference like this.
Because I will mention this, I was fortunate enough to sit in some of the presentations, and one that you spoke in earlier, and it has gave me a broader view of what to expect on the PhD level, with the different doctors sharing from their personalized experiences, some of their challenges, some of their struggles, different things to avoid. And that information was just very valuable to me. And I'm glad that I've attended as well. And I want to thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you.